Okay, so what we discuss is like out of multiple technology, we have to start from the HTML. HTML will be first one that is going to help us better guide, that is going to help us in a better way to start from the, like you can say, web technology. The photo I have designed yesterday, let me show you once. In this photo we have seen, like when when a user is going to develop an application, multiple technology he will use. After combining the multiple technology, he will be implementing many things together. So after looking into all, we come to know, yes, HTML will be the first point where user is going to interact through the browser. Okay, then inside that HTML, what we have, how to study in such a way where easily we can understand the points and we should be able to implement in less time, right? For that purpose, we are going to make some few notes, few lines of important point, and that point will be helping us throughout the entire syllabus and the future also, every time whenever you are going to write the HTML related codes. Okay. So few lines I have written yesterday saying like HTML call is a hypertext markup language. Hypertext markup language, and it has a collections of predefined tags. These points we have made a note yesterday. If you want, you can write it today, no problem. Okay, so it has a collections of predefined tags, and those tags are not made by us. It's called a predefined, made by someone else. The people who has made HTML, they have made those tags, right? With the help of those tags, you are going to create a page, and that will help you to collect the information from user and pass the information to user. So we have written hypertext markup language. It has a collections of predefined tags, and the HTML tags used to communicate with the browser. For what purpose? To collect the input from user and to display the output to user. Then we have written the HTML tags has some limitation. Due to that limitation, only HTML is not sufficient to design a responsive web page. So we wrote here, the HTML tags has the limited property and values. Now, due to this limitation, a responsive page is not possible through only HTML. Okay. That point we stopped there. Yes, we understand. HTML have some limitation. Due to that limitation, definitely we require the CSS going forward. So once we face the problem, then we'll see what CSS will help us and all. But this point we are stopping here now. Now we are looking into the HTML, saying like, yes, if HTML says like it has a lot of tags, so what type of tags are there? And how the tag look like? So most important part, okay, how the tag look like? Tag look like this. Within the angle bracket, you can write something that will be called the open tag. And again, within the angle bracket only, using slash, you write something that's called a close tag. So open look like this and close look like this. Next, after that, next point says like, when HTML says like it has a collections of predefined tags, then is that any kind of types are there, or can we categorize it in different category so that we can understand in better way? Then we come to know, okay, according to our day-to-day experience, as I have explained you yesterday, even you have experience, when you go to the YouTube, you watch the video, that's called as output. When you go to the Flipkart, you see the list of product, that's called as output. When you go to the Facebook, you see a lot of people have posted the photo, those are called as output. But even you can also upload the photo in this one, Facebook. You can also upload a video in the YouTube, correct? So the person who are uploading the content, that's called the input. The person who is seeing the content, that's called the output, right? Gmail, when you write the email, you write to whom you want to send, what is the subject line, what is the message, that's called the input. When email will deliver to someone, he can see your message. That's called the output for him. So for one party it's called the input, and for other party it's called the output. Similar way, whichever the internet application you have used, everywhere we have a process of input and output, input and output, input and output. So based on those, your experience, our experience, yes, we can say the if HTML is going to deal with the browser, then HTML will have two type of tag, input tag and output tag. Not only theory we are writing, after few lines of theory we are going to implement, even then we will come to know, yes, really it is two type. So input tag and output tag, one single line notes I have written yesterday. It's saying like input tag, it used to collect the input from user. If a user want to enter something or application want to collect something from user, input tag will help us. Output tag, what it will do? It used to display the output to browser, output to user via browser, right? Using output tag, we can display the output, right? So those two words, those 2 points, we have made a note. Any website, whichever the website you have used till date, go to any website, you will find, yes, it has two tasks only, input and output. Suppose if I go to our portal only, Info Campus website, you can see these contents are added many years before, right? Many years before, right? Till that year to till now, you can say this content is called as a output, whereas right side that is called input. We can enter something here. Again, this is called as a output. This is also called as output. This is also called as output. These are all called as output, coming down, but this is called as a input, right? Where we can enter something. So what you have in complete one web page, you can see output and input, right? Not only this website, any website. One chatting application is integrated in that. See, this is also calling as a enter the value. That's called as a output. Sorry, input. So we can say whichever the HTML tags we are going to, whichever the tags we are going to use to, right? Those tags, unable to hear you properly. Other people can hear me, right? Okay. Okay, Ramchandra. Recording is happening. You can have a look into that. I'll send you the link. You can see that, okay? Or you can come in the stable network. There it may helpful for you. Okay. Now let's come. So it says like, yes, input tag and output tag. Now, when you merge multiple input tag and output tag, you will find like there is a different type of behavior of the tags. All the tags are not behaving similar. Suppose in input tag, you have 20 tags. If you start using that all 20 tags, you will find all 20 are not similar. All 20 are different type. When you have the output tag, suppose 200 type of output tag we have, if you use this 200 output tag, we'll find all are like, some are looking different, some are working different, some are working different, right? So that call is what? Behavior. Okay. So we will be writing the next point, that is called behavior of HTML tags. Whichever the HTML tags we have, what will be their behavior and how that look like. Okay. So let's understand in this way. If you have gone through any video from the YouTube, or if you have opened any kind of website from the any like W3 you have opened, or any multiple websites are available internet. If you have opened any kind of website on internet, right, you may have seen like behavior of HTML tag you have seen, but you don't know, okay, this is called this. So let me write here. I will add as a point number 3. Point number 3, what it says? Point number 3 says like, first write example itself and then we can make a note. So right, when you see HTML like this, you have seen, I guess, and you see like this also, like this. I hope most of the people have seen some internet here and there. Okay, so you can see one side HTML tag is open and another side HTML tag is closed. Not only HTML, let me write here some other tag also. Like suppose if I open the body tag and I close the body tag, right? Okay, so it's called like HTML tag. Somewhere you have seen open and you have seen called close. Not only HTML, leave HTML. Let's see, suppose if I write a tag ABC open and I write a ABC tag called as a close. Okay, so you can see one side is getting open and another side getting as a close, right? Body one side is open, body another side open. If I leave this, if we come to like something, maybe like suppose if you are completely unknown, then I have not written the HTML assume I wrote a ABC tag open, ABC tag is a close, right? So what is this called as? Okay, this point is called as a dependent tag. DEPENDENT, dependent tag. DEPENDENT, dependent tag. Okay. What is that dependent tag? You can see those tags that has separate open as well as separate close. Open without slash and close with slash. So any tag, whichever the tag we are going to use, plus it is available on internet, if it has, or you are going to make your own as a XHTML, or you are going to write your own DHTML. Okay. So if any tag that open separate and close separate, that is called this one, called as a dependent tag, right? What is that? Let me write here. Those tags has separate open and separate close. Those tag that separate open and that tag has separate open and close. Separate open and separate close is called a dependent tag. In case if a tag is dependent and you are not closing it, like suppose body tag is dependent tag and you are not closing that, right? So what problem will come? What problem will come? Problem will come like it will work in one browser, it will not work in another browser. It will work in Chrome, it will not work in Mozilla. It may work in IE, it may not work in Safari. Okay, that is called a browser dependent. Okay, we will be discussing on that how page will become a browser dependent. In that, this is also one point. If the tag is dependent and you are not closing that, then your page will become browser dependent. It will work in few browser, it will not work in all the browser. Okay, so what is the dependent tag? Dependent tags are those tags that has separate open and separate close. Come down. This point will be as an example. This point will be as an example. Example I wrote here, and in the single line theory I wrote those tags that has, I should write here, that has separate open and close. That is called as a that has separate open and close called as a dependent tag. Third point. Fourth point will come. In fourth point, we have another point that's called like this, independent tag. INDEPENDENT, independent tag. Independent tag. Okay. One is called dependent tag, another one is called a independent tag. Now, what is the meaning of independent tag? First, write one theory, then you can write below example. Call it those tags that has only open. Closing is not there. Closing is not there. Okay, that tag will be called as a independent tag. But what will happen now in the market, whichever the technology have, in that technology, few technology are going to support this rule and few technology are not going to support this rule. Dependent will be supported by us all, but independent will not get supported by all the technology. Let me write below few lines of example and then I'll explain you what we should do to fix this problem so that it should work in all type of technology. Okay, so it says independent tags are those tags that has only open, closing is not there. For example, if I write here call BR, you might have seen on internet. If I write here a tag called IMG, then I will say you have not explained how you are writing. Yes, I have not written, but still I am just trying to explain you. You can see here in the beginning, dependent case, HTML was open within the angle bracket and HTML was closed within the angle bracket with a slash. But when you look into this, BR is just like this. It has no separate closing. IM is just like this. It has no any kind of separate closing. But what will happen, right? Even you can write your tag also called hello, or maybe you can write called hi. Okay, it will work. But it will work in certain technology. It will not work in all technology. Where it will get, I'll tell you. This what you have written. In this way, if you are going to write any independent tag, it will work with HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, jQuery, plus maybe other framework will work. Your backend some technology will support, but it will get rejected by Angular and React. In Angular, we have a particular compiler parser itself that will check your template is well designed or not. Your HTML is following the rule regulation or not. If you write like this in Angular, it will say template parsing error. And the same way, if you're writing in React, React will say JSX fragment mismatch. Okay. Why those two technology are rejecting? Because those technologies say there, you have written here HTML without slash and you close one place and you are saying this is called dependent. And here you just simply open and you say it's independent. How the browser will understand where is the start and where is the end? Correct? At this point, conflict will happen or not? So for that, we have another solution. That solution will fix this problem. That solution is called a self-closing tag. Self-closing tag. So we will not have a habit to write independent tag. Our habit will be to write self-closing tag. How it will be? BR we will write, but we'll put the slash in the last. You see here in HTML case, where is the slash? Slash is in the beginning, but here slash is where? In the last. So at this point, your browser engine will understand, yes, BR was open and it's got closed independently. Correct? So this becomes about self-closing tag. Open and close together. Okay, right? So our habit will be to writing which one? Self-closing tag, not to write the independent tag. Because we are going to study further Angular, React or Vue.js, anything. So in that case, the self-closing will support you, independent tag will not support you. Okay, so you will write here which one? You will write as a IMG tag only, but slash will be in the last. You will write as a hi only, but slash will be in the last. Correct? So this college.
Can you explain the self-closing tag once again?
Which one?
Self-closing tag.
Self-closing only I am explaining here. No? Self-closing tags are those tags that keep the slash in the last, open and close together. This is called independent without slash and self-closing with slash in the last. Open and don't put the slash in the last. Put the slash in the last. Don't put the slash in the beginning. Put the slash in the last. So it will call as a open and close also. It's called as a self-closing tag. How to identify those tag that has the slash in the last? That's called as a self-closing tag. And then you will say, is that made by someone else? No, it's not made by someone else. It's an independent tag only. Earlier people were writing without slash. Now you are going to write with slash. Where you will keep the slash? At the last. Correct. So reason to write this, because all technology is not going to support it. Which one? Independent. So that you will write as a self-closing. Self-closing tag is independent only. It's independent only, but in that you have added the another rule. That's called as self-closing. It is independent tag only, but in that, like suppose government will release a rules, public will go against the rule. Government, what they'll do? Government will do some investigation in that. They'll break something, they'll add something, right? So this is called independent tag, but since the new technology will not support it, so how to make it in such a way that should be independent also, and that will get supported by all. So in that case, just put the slash in the last. So it's a independent only, but you cannot say independent. You can say instead of independent, you will call it a self-closing tag. Come down, fifth point. Fifth point, okay. Fifth point, what we have, if you are following this, then your page will be browser independent. It will not be browser dependent. Okay, it will work in all the browser and it will not get something like that. It will not be browser dependent. So how many point you wrote? 1 point saying like we have lot of tags. Out of lot of tags, wherever we are going to take the input, that will be called as input. Where we are going to display the output, it will call as a output. After mixing all the input and output together, you will find some tag will be open and close, separate open and separate close. That will be called as a dependent. Some tag will say I am open and close together without slash. It will work. I'm not saying it will not work, but it will not work in all technology. And your target is to make it functional in all the technology. So instead of writing like this, you write like this. Just put the slash in the last, so that it will follow the rule of self-closing, open and close together. It is independent tag only, but you are adding one more point in that called as self-closing. Okay, open and close together. Next point is called as a for the responsive design. This point number 3 and 4, why you have written? Because your page should not become browser dependent. Okay, it should be sufficient to work in all the browser. Okay. Now point number 5 and 6 we are going to learn, because we are going to understand, because we wanted our page should run in all the device, in laptop also, mobile also, desktop also, all the devices, correct? So for that you have to write the point number 5, that is called point number 5, that is called block level tag. Block level tag. Block level tag. And the sixth one is called as a inline tag. Block level tag as inline tag. Okay. What is the block level tag? Just 1 minute रुक जाइए. Hold on. Yeah, hello. Yes. Tell me, sir. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Seal is also required. Seal, and which seal? Round seal. Okay. Okay. Fine. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Tomorrow you are going. Okay. 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 Yes. Yes. Correct. Yes. Okay, fine, no problem. So shall I send it today or tomorrow morning? I'll try today, not happening tomorrow before 9 o'clock. Today I'll send you if possible. If not happening, then tomorrow before 9 o'clock. Okay. Okay. Sure. Okay. So now come to the block level tag and inline tag. What is this block level tag? Like, let's come to the internet again. You have seen already when you open the website in mobile phone, you will find the content will get arranged like mobile phone. Like suppose you open any, let's assume open the Flipkart. When you open the Flipkart or maybe Amazon in the mobile, you will see one product will come in one line or maybe next product will go to the new line. But when same website you open in the laptop, you will find in one line 4 product will come. And 3-4 product will go to the where? New line. Right? How that work? Okay. Let me come to even some other website. I can't give example of anyone other website. So I will go to our website only. Here also this follow the rule regulation of CSS properly. Okay. Now let's go. So I will just guide you at this point. Something should be clear to understand. You can see here how many blocks are in one line. 6 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 photos are there in one line. Coming down, when I come here, you can see there is a 4 block again here. 4 blocks are in one line. Now screen size is bigger. So 4 blocks are coming in one line. In mobile phone also, if similar 4 block will come in one line, then what will be? Content will become very small. It will become very compressed. You have to maybe zoom out. You may have to little something to read the content. At that point, user experience will be bad. Now see, when 4 blocks are coming in one line, it is called as a inline behavior. When you see here, total 6 blocks are coming in one line, it is called as a inline behavior. Okay. And when each block will go to the new line, it will be called as a block level behavior. One image will come in one line and second image will go to the new line, then you can call it a block level. But if all are printing in the same line, you can call it a inline. Okay, let me come now. Assume this is the laptop. So all the blocks are coming in the one line. Now when I go to the mobile phone side, when I make it very small, you will find those blocks will fit in the new line. See, one block is here, another block is here, next block is here, and next block is here. What happened? All gone to the new line, right? So when it is printing one after other, in the term of HTML, it's called a block level tag. But when these 4 are printing in the same line, when these 4 are printing in the same line, in the term of HTML and CSS, it will be called as a inline tag. Okay, inline means what? Print in the same line. Block means what? Go to the new line. Our requirement is something else. Our requirement says like, if a person will open the page in the mobile phone, then look like as a block. It should convert into block. But when the person will open the page in the laptop, it should not be as a block. It should become as a inline. According to screen, you have to fit it, right? So for that, what we have in HTML and how you are going to manipulate that, okay? So you will find a lot of tags, their behavior are block level. That will not print in the same line. That will go to the new line, right? According to our need, with the help of CSS, we will convert from block to inline. And again, according to our need, with the help of CSS, we'll convert from inline to possible. It is their default behavior, block and inline. Okay. Now, according to need, with the help of CSS, we can change block to inline and we can change inline to block. Both are possible. So we'll write here a single line theory saying like those tags that print in same line by default. By default. That is called as a, oh, I made a mistake. Those tags that print in new line. That print in new line by default. That is called as a block level tag. Okay. Another one. Those tags that print in same line by default. By default. That is called as a inline tag. Below you can write again in a note. In note, what we'll write? Using CSS, what we can do? Block level tag. Block level tag. Convert into inline. Block level tag. Convert into inline, and again inline tag. Inline tag. Inline tag. We can convert into block level, right? And that point will be called a responsive web design. That point will be called as what? Responsive web page design. Using CSS, block level label. Spelling is wrong here. LEVEL. Block level tag you will convert into inline. And again, inline tag you will convert into block level, right? And this point will be called responsive web design. Web page design. This is inner level content. Inner level, what you are going to do with the technology so that your page will be called as a responsive. So indirectly, you are going to change the behavior of HTML tag with the help of CSS. Then only those tag was printing in the same line, it will go to the new line. And those tag was printing in the same line, it will go to the new line. Correct? You are changing their behavior with the help of CSS, right? So you write it, and after that again, I'll revise you from beginning what you have written, and based on that, we'll create example, and then we'll follow.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
hello.
Yeah, hello.
Sir, using CSS थोड़ा फिर से समझोगे थोड़ा सा?
Using CSS, like suppose one tag by default will print in the same line. Okay, assume one tag by default print in the same line. You want that tag should go to the new line. Then what you will do? You have to change their behavior, no? That only I have written. Suppose one tag is block level tag, and it is printing by default in the new line. It is printing by default where in the new line. Correct. Next, after that, you want that block level tag to convert into where? Inline. And maybe you have some requirement where inline tag you will convert into block. Then how you can do? It is the HTML. It is their default nature. Now HTML have no such rule, no such features so that you can change block to inline and inline to block. Inline is inline only and block is block itself. So you will invite other technology that is called CSS. Okay. And CSS will come and CSS will change the behavior of block level tag to where? Inline. And again, if required, if you have some other inline tag, you can convert into block. Right? That only I have written. You can change the behavior of tag from inline to block, and you can change the behavior of tag from block to inline. Both is possible. Okay, both is possible. And that we are going to study under the responsive web design, right? Once we come under the CSS, those things we will be implementing. But now we are writing the rule regulation, yes, what we have. And you will not believe, start writing the code from now onwards, right? After that, you will find whichever the page you open and go to the any one page view source, open any one code, you will find everyone is following the similar rule regulation. Okay, the tag will open and it will be closed. If open and close, then it's called a dependent. Okay. Some tag will be only open, alternate solution I have written. That is called what? Self-closing, right? That should not get fail in other technology. Another thing, so this is related to open close. Next, related to their implementation, because user devices are different. All user cannot open your page in the same device. Then what you have to do? Sometime you need to display 3 photos in one line. Sometime you need to display only 1 photo in one line according to device. Then how you will manage it? That is the default behavior of HTML tag. So you have to again invite the CSS, and using the CSS, block level tag behavior change to inline, and inline behavior tag change to block. Okay, and that is the actual task of CSS designer. The people who design the pages, they do that only. According to device, they'll change the behavior of tag. Okay. So how many points you got now? This is called which one? 6th point, right? Let me write here quickly one more time, only the few points, so that might you will remember it. Okay. So you can see here the first line what we have written. We have HTML anywhere, online, offline, anywhere you study. The person is going to teach you. He will teach you about the, in HTML, you are going to learn about the this one called a tags. Okay, and these tags are of how many types? Tags are of 2 types. One is called input tag and another one is called output tag. Through input tag, you will take the information from user. When the user will register, how you will take that detail? Through input tag only. When the user want to see their profile, how you will display? Through output tag. Okay, so you have HTML. While learning, you are going through the tags and it will be of 2 types, input and output. Okay. Next point. When you mix both the tags together, when you mix input and output together, then you will look into their behavior. That point is called this one, dependent tag. Dependent tag. What is that? It will have open plus close. Another point we found, that is called independent tag. So you will not call independent tag, you will call it now self closing tag. So it is called open and close together. Open and close together. That's called which one? Independent tag or self closing tag. Next, after that we found block level tag. What is that? If the tag print in new line. If any tag is printing the statement in the new line, then you can say yes, it is called as a block level tag. Next, inline tag. Inline tag. What is that? If any tag print in same line, then it is called as what? Inline tag. It is called as a inline tag. If any tag print in same line, then it is called inline tag. If any tag print in the new line, then it's called block level tag. If any tag has open and close together, then it's called a self-closing tag. If any tag has separate open and close, I'll write here separate open, separate open plus close. Then it is called as a which one? Dependent tag, right? 6 point to remember. One example will clear your all the doubts. Really, these 6 points are valid or invalid. Okay, and based on this, many things you are going to understand easily. You can make a note. Okay, these lines are, one line is equal to 30 lines definition from internet. Okay, quickly understand and read the, stop reading the theory from internet use. Implement, and after that, speak the answer in your own way. That market expectation. Okay, market don't want you should speak the definition from the internet or book. You should speak the definition what you have implemented. Make the definition of any question from your side, what you have implemented. Speak the same thing what you have implemented. That will be the right answer for interview. Okay. Come next. So total 6 points we will be remembering and we are going to implement it. Written it. Okay, let's go ahead next. Next, what we have is, next I will create one example and I'll clear your all the doubts what you have in mind. So let me go ahead and create a quick example and I will show you. After that, we'll write the remaining theory part. Some more theories we have still. Okay. Some more theory we have, like while creating the file, what will be the extension? What is the file structure of HTML document? Right. Right inside which section what you write? What is the structure of HTML document? Okay. So those things we have to write still. But let me create a file quickly. Okay. And just guide you. Okay, so I will create a file called test.html. Somewhere, anywhere in the my folder, I'll write called test.html. You see this example, okay? Next, I will guide you how to create the file folder and how to run everywhere. Test.html file is ready. Now I will go inside and we have written today call HTML open and close. What is called? Dependent or independent? If the tag is open and close, what you will call? Dependent. Dependent only, no? You will call it a dependent. Right? Next, in this file, one question will come. People will ask you, why you write from HTML only? Why not something else? Why you start from HTML? Why not ABC? Right? HTML, we can start from HTML only, but why we start from HTML? Okay, so answer
because it is a dependent tag.
Answer will be, when you give this file to browser to execute. Okay, every browser have engine, different type of engines are there. Browsers are designed on different engine. I'll guide you once you come in JavaScript. I'll guide you how browser and what are the engines are available in which browser. Okay, JavaScript converts. Now, when your browser engine is going to execute this code, then what will happen? Once your browser will enter the first point, you are informing to the browser saying like, this document belong to HTML. The first line is called the introduction line. You are introducing about your file to the browser saying like, this file belong to where? HTML. It has HTML content. Please don't take long time to read it. Understand quickly and execute fast. Okay, because execution time is limited. People don't want to wait in front of a screen more than 2.5 seconds. 2.5 seconds is the standard time of page loading now. It has started from 6 seconds. Technology has made a competition and made 2.5 seconds only. If your page is taking more than 2.5 seconds, that is bad design. That is not good design. Okay. So you can say at first line, we are introducing to the browser saying like, dear browser, this document belong to where? HTML. Apply your HTML parsing feature and execute fast as soon as possible. Don't take long time. That is the meaning why we start from where? HTML. In case if you will not start from HTML, also your page will work. Okay. But what will happen? Browser need to come inside and they need to see what is this line, then look into the dictionary, compare, oh, is HTML, and then execute it. By then it may take 1 millisecond time. Correct? So we are saying to the browser, no, don't take long time. Understand 100% this document belong to HTML and execute fast. Okay. If anyone asks, in the same jolly mode you answer, sir, I'm introducing my file to the browser saying like, this document belong to where? HTML. Don't take long time to execute fast. User is in hurry mode. Okay. That is called what? Why we start from where? HTML. Okay. Now, so HTML open and close becomes a dependent tag, right? It's become as a dependent tag. Assume by mistake you have not closed it. By mistake you have not closed it. Right? So what will happen? HTML will work. CSS will also work. When the JavaScript will come in this file and JavaScript will start searching their tree structure, JavaScript will start searching the document structure. JavaScript will come to know, brother, your document structure is wrong. It is destructured document. It is not a well-structured document. Why? Because you have started the tag, but where you have end, no idea. Correct? So that what will happen? Something may wrong, right? So it is compulsory that whichever the tag you open, according to sequence, you need to close it. Okay? I closed. Okay. Now let me go inside. Many things are there, but I'll write first few lines only. First is called head, and then I'll come to the body. So HTML, where is a start and where is end, it's called a document. In the term of JavaScript, it's called a document. Now this document will split into two sections. One is called head, another one is called body. Okay, two sections always. One is the head, another one is called body. Okay, I'll explain you about the head, what is that and what it will be. We will be making the notes. Let me come to the body first. So you saw HTML is open and closed, it's called as a dependent. Head is also open and closed, it's called as a dependent. Body is also open and closed, it's called as a dependent. Correct? So in our theory, what we have written, if the tag is open and closed, that is called as a dependent. Right? Come to the next point. In this file now, I'll write something so that we'll understand the next question. That is called what is called block and what is called inline. Okay. You have seen already on internet, H1 tag you might have printed, you have seen people have written already. Okay. Let me write called hello, not hello, yeah, why hello? We'll write here called heading 1. Heading 1. And in the same line, again, one more time, I'll write H1 tag. Heading 111 already. Right. One place I have written H1 open close, heading 1, and another place I have written H1 open and close and 111. Correct? Both code are written in the same line. H1 is open close. So as per the understanding, we can say yes, this is called as a dependent tag. Now both H1 is open close, so both are called as a dependent tag. Now let me run this file. Then you will come to know H1 is the block level or inline. Whether it will print in the same line or it will go to where? New line. Let's run it. See where it is printing. Same line means here. New line means where? Here. Printing to which line? New line. Our theory, what it says? It says like if the tag print in the new line, it's called as a block level tag. It's called as a block level tag, right? So you can see code you have written in one line. Code you have written both in one line. But when the page is executing, there is a lot of space here in the same line. Hello 11, heading 11 also can fit here. But heading 11 is not fitting here. It's going to the new line, right? That's a default behavior of tag. Default behavior of block level tags is like entire area belong to me. From beginning to last, entire width belong to me. Okay, whether I have less content, no more content, no matter, but this entire area belong to me. No other tag can come here. That's called what? Block name. Okay. Clear? 2 point. What are those? Tag is open and closed, then it is called as a dependent. If the tag is printing the statement in the new line, then it's called as a block level. Right or wrong? You are clear with this point? Dependent. And hope you are clear with this point also. Which one? Block level tag. If the tag is printing in the new line, then it's called as a block level. If the tag has open and closed, then it is called as a dependent. Let me write some more thing. Next, if you ask you, this is called input or output. What is this? It is input or output?
Output.
This is output. So it is called as an output tag. It is not called as an input tag. So input means we can enter our name, mobile, pin code, city, but here we are not able to enter something. We are able to just see the content. That's called as a output tag. Okay, so let me go here and write some more thing here. Okay, after this, I will write some input tag to understand. Not input tag, inline tag. Randomly, I'm writing some tag to bring you on the track. Label I follow. I wrote here called Bangalore. Okay, one more label I'll write here. Inside that, I'll write called Mumbai. Okay, you see the label tag is open, label tag is also closed. That is called a dependent, correct? But when we will run the page, then you will say you have printed in the new line. No problem. Let me bring in the same line. Now label is also open close. Label is also open close. One label is holding Bangalore. Another label is holding called Mumbai. Tag is open close. So after looking into the code, you can come to know it's a dependent tag. It has open and close. But when you run the page, you will come to know label is inline or block. Label will print in the same line or label will print in the new line. Let me go to the browser and look at here. Where it is printing? Same line. Side by side is printing or not? Bangalore and then Mumbai. So what you can call? Inline or block? Anything in the chat?
Inline.
Inline.
Block.
Inline.
Inline. Sure. Sure only, no. If it's printing in the same line, then it's called as inline. Correct. And when you look into the code, you will come to know this is also called as a dependent. It has open and close. Correct. Now suppose if I not close this H1 tag, assume you will say like why you are saying dependent, independent, why you are repeating. Suppose H1 is a dependent tag. I missed out to close this. Now what will happen? This both the label will be the part of H1. Both the label will be the part of H1. Let me show you what happened. By mistake, we forgot to close the H1, second H1. You will find both the, see here, what happened? Bangalore also came in the same line. It's become a heading itself. That is the problem. If the tag you have open and if not closed, it will reflect somewhere else. Your output was supposed to be something else, but it will happen something else, right? So that I am repeating again and again, saying like, we will have a habit not to forget the closing tag. Okay, if it is has a close, then close it, else it will harm somewhere else. It will make the problem somewhere else. Okay, many times our students, when they do assignment, when they do something, they will come with a problem saying like, whenever I click in my page anywhere, it is going to somewhere else. I have multiple links, but when I am clicking anywhere, it is going to the same link. The reason is what? One tag you have opened, linking tag, and you have not closed it. So your entire page becomes a hyperlink. You click anywhere, it will go to the same link, correct? So that is the problem. So now we are clear, yes. Inline tag, definitely it will print in the same line, and block level tag will print in the new line. Okay. So this label and this label both are inlines. It will print in the same line, whereas first H1 and this H1 both are as a block, so it will print in the name line. But all are open close. Common thing in all the tags you can see, all are open and close, all are open and close. Okay, let me lead to the new line so that it will not be congested. Okay, so I added the new line so that it will not be congested. Now I will write some lines, some other tag that will guide you for the independent. Self-closing, what we discuss? Self-closing, open and close together. Okay. Let me write first two tags. Call name and input type equal to text. Text. Okay. One more place I'll write call mobile and I'll write input type equal to number. See this example I'm writing randomly just to clear that 6.1 we are written. Yeah. Now you can see this input tag what I have written, I have not closed it separately. And another input tag type equal to number, there is no separate closing. It has only open. Open happen. While closing, just slash is given in the last. Okay. So what is this? You will not call it an independent tag. You will call it a self-closing tag. Okay. It has opened their own and it has closed their own. Okay. Now, while looking into the code, we come to know it's self-closing. But when we run the page, then we'll come to know it is going to be in the same line or it is going to the new line. If it print in the same line, then we can call it a inline. If it's print in the new line, then we can call it a block. Okay, let me show you first. I will go here and I will run this file. See, label and both the text box are printing where? In the same line. So this becomes a what? Inline tag. When you look into the code, this becomes a what? Self-closing tag, independent tag, right? You are understanding the differences or not? You have written 5-6 tags and these 5-6 tags are almost following all the rules. When I come to the browser, you can see these two tags are called output tag. It is printing the output. This label is also printing the output. But these two are for the input purpose. It is asking enter your name, enter something here. It is asking enter your mobile number, but it will take only number. It will not take alpha. It will take only number. Type is input, but the difference type, not the same type. Then what you can say? This all become mix up or you are separate. If I count on the finger, hope you remember. You saw in this example, tag is open and closed. So what you can call? Dependent tag. You have seen in this example, label is printing in the same line. That is called as a inline tag. Right or wrong? Inline tag. In the same file you saw, both the H1 is printing as a output That is called as the output tag. And in the same example, you saw these two are the text box. It is asking the input. That's called as what? Input tag. So how many rules we have in our hand? One is called, if the tag is printing the output, it is called as an output tag. If the tag is taking the input, it is called as a input tag. If the tag print in the new line, then it's called as a dependent tag, block level tag. If the tag is printing in the same line, then it is called as a inline tag. That's all. And your entire HTML is around this 5-6 policies only. None of the tag you are going to find against this. All will be within this 5-6 only. All will be within 5-6 only. Confirm 100%. Okay. So will you remember this or you will forget? You should not forget it. Even once you start writing the code, automatically you will remember. This is nothing theory to remember. Okay. This will come in mind automatically. Automatically you will come to know, oh, printing in the new line become as a block level. Open close.
Sir, I have a doubt. Sir, if I want to print name and mobile number in block level, how do I change it again?
Here we can write here. We have option. I was supposed to come to that point. We can go here and we can write one BR. One BR. It will break the line. And again you write here one more BR. That will break another line. Now this all will go to the new line. Mumbai and Bangalore will print in one line. And then first text box name will print in one line and mobile will print in another line. What tag is helping you? BR tag. Slash. Let me show you first, then I'll come back. Then see. All are printing the new line. Mumbai, these both are in the same line because BR you have not given. But between both the text boxes, we are given the one BR. So one line break happened. Now, instead of writing the BR, how BR work? Okay, how BR work? Look at here. That will get clear from this tag called as a HR. How BR work? That will get clear from the tag called HR. Now let me come to the browser and you will see how it is. Look at here. Look at here. You can see HR tag I have written. One line got created from beginning to last. Now you can see before this line, a space is there. No space. Very less space, 8 pixel. After this line, a space is there. Only 8 pixel. Now a space is not there. What will happen? Next element will go to the new line. That is the meaning called as a block level tag. Block level tag will always cover how much? Full width. Whether visible or not visible. See, HR is visible now. HR is visible, correct? So there is no space in the right side. Where this mobile number will go? It has to come to the new line only. Correct? Similar way, when you have written this H1 tag, content is less, but area is how much? Full area. Okay, H1 says like from X to A to Z, all belong to me. Correct? Entire width is mine. Once you write the CSS, at that time, you will ask the H1, how much you have the content. H1 will say, I have 30 characters. Then he will say, you occupy 30 characters only. Please release remaining space. That meaning we have to change the behavior of H1 with the help of CSS. That time also you will write display inline or display block. Is a property of CSS. Display inline meaning what? Be in the same line. And display block meaning is what? Go to the new line. You will be changing that behavior at that time. Okay. Clear? Now we have to make some notes and then you will create the exam. Okay. This file I have written directly just to understand how these tags are working. But you don't worry. Okay. These tags in one more class automatically you will remember. You don't have to write notes also. Okay. Let's come below. Go to your developer guide or notes wherever you are writing. In that file, first you have to write, whenever you create the HTML file, what will be the valid extension of HTML file? and how many type of extension we have. I have created directly as HTML. Okay, right there, call type of file extension in HTML. Type of file extension in HTML. One option we have called .html, and second option we have called .htm. Okay, in that both will work. Both will work. It's not like HTML will work and HTML will not work. Both will work. But which one is more user friendly? Which one is more SEO friendly? SEO in the sense of digital marketing. Which page take less time to come in Google search? Okay, by which extension Google search engine is most friendly, right? That is called first one. You can write here SEO friendly. SEO friendly. What is that? It come in Google search very fast. It come very fast in Google search. It come very fast in Google search. It comes very fast in Google search. Like when we search something on internet, lot of website will come. There also competition is there, no? Which website will come first? So whoever will follow the rule regulation, that will come first, right? Google says like if your file is HTML extension, that meaning is a static file. Okay, it will not be very heavy, it will not be very overload, and the content will not change daily. Content will be fixed, and the content hopefully will be less. Okay, so Google think like, okay, this page put higher priority, and that will come in very fast in Google search. Okay, come next. But again, multiple URL rewriting policies we have. File extension will be PHP and will convert into HTML. When the Google will look into that, they'll find, oh, this is HTML file, but actual file is not HTML. It is called PHP file. That's called SEO. That is called URL rewriting. We can change the URL also according to need to protect from the hackers and to protect from the unauthorized access of the pages. Come now. Now, so how many extensions we have? Two. One is called .html. Another one is called HTML. Yes. Okay, come on. Next, what we have? Next, we have called what is the structure of HTML document. When you are creating HTML file, what will be the valid structure? Someone is designing something. Who is that? Okay, right below. What is the structure of HTML document? What is the structure of HTML document? Okay, what is the structure of HTML document? Right? You will write here in this. See each and every point of each and every small words are meaningful. Okay. It is not like a particular word it look like useless, leave it. Maybe sometime in a career some point will come where you need that. That time you feel like, oh, missing, particular thing is missing. Right? It might be that has come to you, but you have lost it. You have not captured it properly. Okay. So none of the knowledge is useless in the market. Collect it properly. Whoever collect properly knowledge and keep one place and arrange the knowledge sequentially, they are called an engineer. Correct or not? When you go for company interview, what will happen? People will ask the question. If you have sequentially arrange your knowledge, properly you have sample your knowledge, properly you have stock your knowledge, right? That day you will get opportunity. If you are not able to arrange your knowledge, today you learn 5 points and left there only. Tomorrow learn 10 points, left there only. Day after tomorrow you will not have 20 points. Correct? The person who has collected all together, After 5 days, he will produce, yes, I have put in points. That is called what? Sampling of your knowledge. You sample it, arrange it, keep brushing up, correct? When the time will come, produce it, then you will say, I clear the interview, correct? Okay. But throwing here and there will not work out, okay? And even we should not have a habit to forget. If you have a habit to forget, repeat it, revise it. That is the challenge only, no? Okay. Okay. So let's write it. What is the structure of HTML document? We can write HTML start to HTML end is called document. Is called document. Whenever you create HTML file, and in that you will start HTML and you will end the HTML. Okay. So a starting point to ending point, it's called a document. In the term of JavaScript, there is a class called document. Okay. With the help of that class, you are going to research the entire content of your HTML to HTML. Each and every point your JavaScript will identify what it is. And each and every line JavaScript will read easily with the help of document class. Okay. But since you don't know JavaScript, how to explain what is the document? So remember where your HTML start and where is end. That entire area is called as what? Document. Okay. So I have written the HTML start to HTML end is called as a document. And it will split into two parts. I have made in that file. One is called head and another one is called as a body. Okay. Under the head, entire library, entire digital marketing, entire analytics, entire third-party library integration, everything you are going to do under the head. So head is for the two purpose. Let's write here. I'll go here under the head. I'll write the first point that is called marketing section, where analytics will come, third-party API will come, as well as your digital marketing. Everything will come under the marketing section. So I'll write here one point called marketing section. Okay. And marketing section in the sense you can keep in something like this called digital marketing. Digital marketing. Okay. There everything will come. And here only under the marketing, under the head section only, you will be having another section called library section. Library section. Okay. And under the library section, you will have called, you will be using the CSS library, so many types. You will be using called JavaScript library. You will be using maybe jQuery, JQuery. Maybe you will be using called analytics, or you can write called other external library. Okay, those all is going to take the place under where? Under the library section. Then under body, what we are going to write? Under body, what we are going to write? Under the body, you will have suitable contents as well as relevant tags. So you will write here contents. Contents with suitable tags. Contents with suitable tags. This line is representing like if you want to display an image, you have to find out those tags that used to display the image. If you want to display a big headline, you need to find out those tags that used to display the headline. Okay, if you want to display 10 line of content text in a paragraph format, you need to use those tags that used to display the 10 line of paragraph content. Right? That line I have written contents with suitable tags. Okay, it should not be like big tag and a small HTML data, and it should not be a small tag and big data. Correct? It must match with the content and container. Then your page will be well performers, loading time will be fast, and Today you will design for next 10 years, it remains same. Okay, popular website, you will find they will not change the look and feel frequently. Once they'll design, it will go for the many years because the pages will be designed and developed after so many R&D. Okay, experienced people will look in all the possibilities. Content writer will write the content in such a way that should suit with the users as well as internet. It should fit with the competitor. Then only they'll develop today and they'll survive for the many years. Right? So those points we will be learning. So where you have started learning this part, it is not the middle of HTML. It is the bottom of HTML where HTML starts. Theory, even I don't know who wrote and when wrote. But why they wrote the HTML, that we know. Where we are going to use, that we know. How to use, that we know. That is our requirement. People is not going to ask who wrote HTML and when wrote HTML. Yes, you can answer why wrote HTML. Okay. And when he wrote HTML, what I'm going to use for this? And what is inside? Okay. Who wrote and when wrote, even I don't know that, honestly. I'm not remember at all when wrote and who wrote. Okay. But we do R&D of HTML always, daily. What is inside, where to work, how to use and everything. Okay. So hope this was helpful for you and you understood something. 6 point is clear or shall I revise again? Dependent tag meaning is what? Those tag that is open and close. Block level tag meaning is what? Those tag that print in the new line. Inline or self-closing tag meaning is what? Open and close together. That is called independent. Sorry, that is called independent. Inline meaning is what? That print in the same line. Input tag meaning is what? Where we take the input from user. Output tag meaning what? Where we display the output to user. Okay. Now let me come quickly to the YouTube. Okay. YouTube. Okay. After going to the YouTube, correct? You can see this is called search box. Yes. So this is called what? Input tag. Correct. This is called what? Output tag. Output tag. Correct. Through that it is displaying the video. Correct. In the left hand side we can see this all are called as what? Output tag. Correct. That is displaying some kind of link and all. It's an output only, but the purpose is different. Linking. This is output only, but the purpose is to display the video. Correct? Yeah. Input only, but the purpose is to take the input from users. Correct?
Yeah, it's give to output.
You see here, can you see this volume, video sound, this one? Yes. This is also input only, but the mode is different. Correct? So in this page, you see anything apart from input and output. Do you find anything else? Everything input, output only, no? Yes. When you run this, you can see here. See here. How many thumbnail in one line? 4 are there. That is called the inline. When we open this page in mobile phone, how many thumbnails will come in one line? One will come. Yes. Remaining will go to the new line. Yes. That time same thumbnail will convert into block. Yes. Now it is as a inline. And in mobile phone it will convert into block. Okay. Right. Okay, so it will be very helpful. Like you have not started from middle, it is from the, even I don't teach from anyone from, whenever I start the class, I start from the first line. That is called this one. Which one? What is the tag? How it look? What is their nature? What is the behavior? Correct? If the fundamental is strong, then further everything will be strong only. If the fundamental is weak, on internet, if you read block level element, you will confuse what is the element here. Element is nothing but HTML tags. Yes. What is the block level? Those tags that print in the new line. Correct? In the term of JavaScript, tag is called the element. So suppose someone written block level element, will not be confused. I will be writing 6, 7, 8 names tomorrow for the HTML tags. Okay. In which technology, what is called? When you read theory from internet, when you watch anyone video from internet, you will not feel what he's saying. You will come to know he's talking about HTML tag. Right? Okay. So system is compulsory next. So I spoke a lot till now. Okay. Now, after this, implementation is required. Okay. So I hope you have installed the Notepad++, and today 8:30 already. So we'll not sit now. From tomorrow, the first I will guide you folder creation, and I will guide you creating 2 files, simple file, and run it. You will remember, okay, how to create, how to run. And then we'll start with the tag in the sequence. Okay. We have certain tags we need to follow in sequence that I have not touched still. Okay, I'm just walking around the syllabus to bring you on the track. Okay, you understand, okay, what we are going to do, what we are going to write the code and everything. Okay, thank you. Today videos are ready. Video is ready, but I think we